As the day winds down and the world grows still, there's a quiet opportunity to connect with something deeper within us. Before we drift into sleep, a sacred moment arises when we can speak to the Holy Spirit, inviting peace, clarity, and wisdom into our hearts. In this intimate space, it's not about asking for anything, but more about opening ourselves to a conversation with the divine, to embrace the silence that speaks louder than words. You see, when we let go of our busy minds and surrender to the stillness of the night, we allow something beautiful to unfold. These 4 simple phrases, said with intention and sincerity, can help align our spirit with the higher vibrations of grace, love, and purpose. So, as we prepare to rest, let's pause for a moment to express, to listen, and to invite the sacred into our dreams. 1. Unlocking peace. 4 simple phrases to say to the Holy Spirit before bed. 2. A sacred pause. Inviting the Holy Spirit into your nighttime rest. 3. Rest in divine presence. 4 words to say to the Holy Spirit before sleep. 4. Transform your sleep. Powerful words to connect with the Holy Spirit. 5. Embrace the night. 4 phrases to invite the Holy Spirit into your dreams. When we approach the end of our day, there is an unspoken invitation to reconnect, to slow down and, for a moment, transcend the noise of the world, the bustle, the worries, the tasks that never seem to end. They all fade as the night offers us a chance to rest and replenish. And in this space, there is a powerful opportunity to speak to something higher, to the divine, to the Holy Spirit. It's not about what we need, but about what we open ourselves to. As we lie down to sleep, we can choose to unlock a deeper peace within ourselves, using 4 simple phrases that invite calm, clarity, and grace into our hearts. The first of these phrases is one of acceptance. We speak to the Holy Spirit and say, "I surrender all that weighs on me." In doing this, we release the burdens that we carry throughout the day. Often, we don't even realize how much we hold on to, how much we grasp tightly in our minds and hearts. But when we acknowledge this and let it go, we make space for something greater. We allow the Holy Spirit to soothe us, to lighten the load. The act of surrender is not about weakness. It's a profound strength. It is the recognition that we do not need to control everything. There is peace in letting go. Next, we say, "Fill me with your love and wisdom." This is a request, but more so, it's an invitation to align with the truth that already exists within us. We are not asking for something new or foreign to enter our being. We are simply asking to be reminded of the infinite well of love and wisdom that is always available to us. The Holy Spirit does not need to give us something we lack. Rather, it reveals to us what we already possess. By calling upon this energy, we remind ourselves that we are already whole, and in that knowing, we find profound peace. The third phrase is one of gratitude. Thank you for the peace you bring. Gratitude is a powerful tool for unlocking the peace we seek. It shifts our focus away from lack and towards abundance. When we thank the Holy Spirit for the peace that is already within us, we cultivate an awareness of the divine presence in our lives. It's easy to overlook this peace in the rush of daily life, but in the quiet of the night, when we give thanks, we draw our attention to the stillness, to the calm that exists both around and within us. In doing so, we unlock a peace that is not dependent on external circumstances, but is instead a deep wellspring that is always present. Finally, we say, "Guide me in my dreams and awaken me to my purpose." This phrase is a request for clarity, for direction, and for the wisdom that the Holy Spirit offers as we rest. Our dreams are not just random occurrences of the mind. They are opportunities for us to tap into the deeper layers of our consciousness. By asking for guidance, we invite the Holy Spirit to show us the path, to help us understand our true purpose, and to give us insight into the next steps of our journey. Sleep then becomes not an escape from the world, but a place where we receive divine wisdom that will guide us when we awake. These four phrases, simple in their nature, carry with them a profound power. By saying them before bed, we are not just preparing to sleep, we are preparing to awaken. To awaken to a peace that transcends the chaos of life, to wisdom that is always available to us, and to love that surrounds us in every moment. In these words, we invite the Holy Spirit to guide our hearts, to soothe our minds, and to prepare us for the new day that awaits. Unlocking peace is not about seeking something distant. It is about remembering that it is already here within us, waiting to be acknowledged. As the day comes to its inevitable close, there is a moment, a precious, fleeting moment, when everything slows down, when the noise of the world becomes softer, and we are left with the quiet space to simply be. This is the sacred pause. It is a time not just for rest, but for reflection, for communion, and for deep connection with something greater than ourselves. In this quiet, we can invite the Holy Spirit into our hearts and minds, allowing it to be our guide through the night, bringing with it peace, renewal, and clarity. We often think of sleep as a mere physical necessity, something we do to recharge, to escape the day's exhaustion. But it is so much more. Sleep is a gateway, a liminal space between wakefulness and dreams, where our minds and spirits are most open. It is in this space that we can consciously invite the Holy Spirit to be with us, to accompany us through the stillness of the night, and to awaken us to the higher truth of our own being. To do this, we must first understand that the sacred pause is not merely about stopping. It is not about shutting off the world, it is about stepping into a deeper awareness. In the rush of our daily lives, we often forget that there is something much larger than ourselves at play. The Holy Spirit is not distant, it is within us, ever present, waiting for us to acknowledge its presence. This sacred pause before sleep is an opportunity to remember that we are never alone, that we are always supported, and that peace is always within reach. As we lay down to sleep, we can offer a simple invitation. We can ask the Holy Spirit to be present in our rest, not as a request for something we lack, but as a recognition that something divine is already within us. In this moment, we surrender the weight of our thoughts, our anxieties, our regrets. We place them gently into the hands of the divine, trusting that we do not need to carry them into the night. The Holy Spirit can take what burdens us and transform it into peace, into stillness, into grace. When we allow ourselves this sacred pause, we open the door to receiving. We create a space where we are not trying to force or control, but where we are simply being, allowing ourselves to rest in the divine. The Holy Spirit, like a gentle breeze, moves quietly through our hearts, filling us with peace, with wisdom, with love. We are reminded that we are not separate from this energy, we are part of it. The divine is not somewhere else, it is within us, in every breath, in every moment, in every thought. By inviting it into our rest, we are acknowledging the interconnectedness of all things. There is a deep healing that happens when we invite the Holy Spirit into our sleep. We trust that as we rest, we are being restored not just physically, but spiritually. In the stillness, the Holy Spirit whispers truths that our busy minds often overlook. It reminds us of our purpose, of our potential, of our worth. It speaks to us in dreams, in quiet reflections, in the subtle stirrings of our hearts. And when we wake, we carry with us the peace that was planted in the night. The sacred pause before sleep is not just a moment to rest. It is a sacred practice of surrender and invitation, a practice that reminds us that every part of our being, our body, mind, and spirit, is held in divine love. It is in these moments of stillness that we reconnect with our true nature, finding in the quiet the profound presence of the Holy Spirit. As the day draws to an end, there is a moment, however brief, when the world slows its relentless pace, offering us the chance to pause, reflect, and rest. This sacred pause is more than just a transition between wakefulness and sleep. It is an opportunity to enter into a deeper connection, to align ourselves with the divine presence that is always with us, even when we are not consciously aware of it. Before we surrender to the comfort of sleep, we have the chance to invite the Holy Spirit into our hearts, to allow its peace to wash over us and guide us through the night. In this moment, 4 simple words, spoken with intention, can open the door to profound peace and spiritual renewal. The first of these words is I surrender. To surrender is not to give up, but to let go of the need to control, to stop holding on to the burdens we've accumulated throughout the day. It is an invitation to release the mental clutter, the worries, the unresolved tensions that we so often carry into the night. By surrendering, we create space for the Holy Spirit to enter, for the divine presence to fill us with peace. In this moment, we remember that we do not need to carry everything ourselves. The act of surrender is an act of trust, trusting that the divine is with us and that we are supported no matter what. The second word is fill. When we say, fill me, we are inviting the Holy Spirit to enter every part of our being. We are acknowledging that there is a divine energy, a source of love and wisdom that can renew us from the inside out. To ask the Holy Spirit to fill us is to recognize that we are not empty or broken, but whole. We are inviting the Holy Spirit to remind us of our inherent goodness, our divine nature, and our connection to something much larger than ourselves. This is a moment of opening, of allowing the divine to fill the spaces within us that have been drained by the demands of life. It is a prayer for replenishment, for restoration. The third word is guide. We ask the Holy Spirit to guide us, not just through the night, but through our lives. The guidance we seek is not a forceful direction, but a gentle nudge, a whisper from within, pointing us toward our true path. As we rest, we trust that the Holy Spirit will offer us insight, clarity, and wisdom through our dreams, through our reflections, or through subtle shifts in our awareness. This is not about seeking answers outside of ourselves, but about recognizing that the guidance we need is already within us. It is a call to listen, to trust in the quiet wisdom that rises when we quiet our minds. Finally, we say rest. In these final words, we invite ourselves to let go fully, to rest not just physically, but spiritually. Rest is not merely the absence of activity. It is a state of being present, of surrendering into the flow of the moment. When we invite the Holy Spirit to help us rest, we are acknowledging that peace is our natural state. We are asking the divine to help us release all tension, all anxiety, and to embrace a deep restorative peace. In this moment, sleep becomes not just a physical necessity, but a spiritual practice, a practice of surrender, trust, and renewal. These 4 words, surrender, fill, guide, and rest, are more than just phrases. They are invitations to align with the divine presence that is always within us. They remind us that we are never truly alone, that peace is always available, and that rest is a sacred act of reconnecting with the divine. By saying these words before sleep, we open ourselves to a deeper experience of peace, clarity, and grace. And as we surrender to sleep, we are not just resting our bodies. We are allowing the Holy Spirit to renew our spirits, to guide us through the night, and to awaken us to a new day filled with purpose and peace. Sleep, we often think of it simply as rest, a reprieve from the demands of the day, but in truth, it is far more than that. It is a bridge to a deeper state of consciousness, a space where the body renews and the mind can settle into a place of peace. But how often do we allow ourselves to fully embrace the transformative potential of sleep? How often do we recognize that, in the quiet of the night, there is a profound opportunity to connect with the divine, to invite the Holy Spirit into our hearts and guide us through the darkness into a space of inner transformation? To transform your sleep is to transform the very way you approach rest, to approach it with intention, with openness, and with trust in the divine presence that is always with you, even when you are unaware. By consciously inviting the Holy Spirit into this sacred space, You allow yourself to experience rest on a deeper level. Sleep is no longer a passive act. It becomes a sacred ritual, a time when you can surrender your worries, your anxieties, and your distractions, and allow the Holy Spirit to fill you with peace. The first step in this transformation is to speak words that open the door to divine connection. When you say, "Holy Spirit, I invite you into my rest," you are doing more than just uttering a prayer. You are making a conscious choice to invite something greater than yourself into your life. These words are an invitation for the Holy Spirit to enter your heart, to guide your mind, and to surround you with a loving presence that will lead you into the stillness of the night. It's an acknowledgement that you do not walk alone, and that, in this sacred time of rest, you are open to receiving divine wisdom, peace, and love. Next, when you say, "Guide me through the night," you are offering your trust to the divine. You are letting go of the need to control your dreams, your thoughts, or the mysteries of the night. You are surrendering your will to the Holy Spirit and asking for guidance as you sleep. This is not a request for answers to problems, but a trust that the divine will unfold your path in ways you cannot yet see. It is in this surrender that transformation occurs. For in allowing the Holy Spirit to guide you, you relinquish the weight of mental effort and give yourself permission to receive instead of strive. The third phrase to speak is, "Grant me peace." This simple request is more powerful than we realize. When we ask for peace, we are not only seeking tranquility, we are inviting an active force to soothe our spirits. The Holy Spirit is peace itself, and by inviting it into our hearts, we open ourselves to experience a profound stillness that transcends the troubles of the day. Asking for peace before sleep is an acknowledgement that your rest is sacred, that you deserve to rest in divine calm, and that peace is not something external, but a presence that dwells within you, waiting to be felt. Finally, speak the words, "Awaken me to my purpose." This is a powerful affirmation that your rest is not just for physical renewal, but for spiritual awakening. In sleep, the mind relaxes its grip, and the deeper layers of consciousness become more accessible. When you ask the Holy Spirit to awaken you to your purpose, you are setting the intention that your dreams will be filled with insight, clarity, and direction. This is an invitation for the Holy Spirit to illuminate the path ahead, offering guidance that will help you move forward with confidence and purpose when you rise in the morning. As you speak these words, you begin to notice a subtle shift in your experience of sleep. It becomes more than just a time to rest. It becomes a sacred practice, an opportunity for connection, transformation, and renewal. You no longer approach sleep with the same tiredness or restlessness, but with a deep sense of trust and peace, knowing that the Holy Spirit is with you, guiding you through the night. Your dreams become a place of spiritual growth, and when you awaken, you do so with a sense of clarity, peace, and purpose. To transform your sleep is to recognize that the night is not just an ending to the day, but a sacred space where the divine can enter and renew your spirit. With each word you speak to the Holy Spirit, you invite transformation, healing, and a deeper connection to the divine presence that is always with you. As you rest, you allow the Holy Spirit to fill you with peace, guide you with love, and awaken you to the higher truth of who you are. And in the morning, you rise not just refreshed, but spiritually renewed, ready to face the day with purpose and grace. As the day gives way to night, there comes a moment of profound stillness, a pause where the world slows down and we are invited to rest. In that quiet, there is a sacred opportunity not only to rejuvenate physically, but also to spiritually reconnect with the divine. Sleep, in this sense, is not merely a time to escape from the busyness of life, but a profound space in which we can invite the Holy Spirit into our hearts and minds, guiding us through the unknown realms of our dreams. The night becomes a place of transformation, where the divine whispers to us, offering wisdom, peace, and healing. To truly embrace the night is to consciously open ourselves to the sacred possibilities of sleep. It is to recognize that in the stillness of the dark, there is an invitation to welcome the divine into the deepest corners of our being. And to do this, we need only to speak 4 simple phrases, each carrying with it the intention of inviting the Holy Spirit into our dreams and allowing it to guide us through the night. The first phrase is one of surrender. I release all that weighs on me. This is an invitation to let go, to free ourselves from the burden of the day. We often carry with us all sorts of thoughts, worries, and unresolved feelings into the night, dragging them along as if they were weights tied to our spirit. To surrender them is not to deny them, but to offer them to the Holy Spirit, trusting that it will carry them in a way we cannot. In surrendering, we allow ourselves the freedom to rest, to experience peace, and to be open to receiving whatever wisdom the Holy Spirit has to offer. The second phrase is one of invitation. Holy Spirit, guide me in my dreams. We are not asking for answers, but for guidance. The Holy Spirit does not impose itself upon us, but gently whispers in the spaces between our thoughts. In inviting the Holy Spirit to guide us through our dreams, we open ourselves to receiving messages from a deeper place within. Our dreams are not just random images or fleeting thoughts. They are windows into the subconscious, where the Holy Spirit can provide insights that might elude us in our waking hours. By asking for guidance, we surrender to the wisdom that is always present, but often hidden from our conscious mind. The third phrase is one of gratitude. Thank you for your presence in my life. This simple phrase acknowledges the divine presence that is always with us, even when we are not aware of it. Gratitude is a powerful tool because it shifts our focus from what is lacking to what is abundant. In saying thank you, we recognize that we are always supported, that the Holy Spirit is constantly present, offering us peace, love, and guidance. Gratitude opens our hearts, allowing us to receive more fully the gifts that the divine has to offer. It reminds us that we are never truly alone, and that even in the quiet of the night, the Holy Spirit walks beside us. The fourth phrase is one of trust. I trust in your wisdom and love. Trust is the foundation of our relationship with the Holy Spirit. It is not a blind trust, but a trust that comes from knowing that we are part of something much greater than ourselves. The Holy Spirit is love, wisdom, and guidance. And when we trust in its presence, we allow ourselves to be carried through the uncertainties of life. Trusting in the Holy Spirit as we sleep is an act of surrender, a recognition that we do not need to know everything, that we do not need to control our dreams or our waking life. We trust that we are being guided toward greater peace, clarity, and understanding, even if we cannot always see the path ahead. When we say these 4 phrases before sleep, surrendering, inviting, expressing gratitude, and trusting, we shift the very nature of our rest. Sleep becomes a sacred experience, one in which we embrace the divine presence that is always with us. In these words, we invite the Holy Spirit to speak to us, to guide us, and to bring us peace. Our dreams become a space for healing, for learning, and for spiritual growth. And when we wake, we do so not only rested, but renewed, carrying with us the insights and peace that the Holy Spirit has bestowed upon us during the night. To embrace the night is to understand that it is not an ending, but a beginning of connection, of transformation, and of divine guidance. By speaking these 4 simple phrases, we invite the Holy Spirit into our dreams, allowing the night to become a sacred journey where we are guided, healed, and awakened to the divine truth within us. As we close our eyes tonight, let us remember that sleep is not just rest, but a sacred space where we can invite the Holy Spirit into our hearts and minds. Through surrender, trust, gratitude, and guidance, we open ourselves to divine peace and wisdom. Our dreams become a path of healing and awakening, leading us toward clarity and purpose. When we wake, we rise not only physically refreshed, but spiritually renewed, ready to embrace the new day with grace and insight. In every moment, the divine is with us, guiding us toward our highest good,